Hi everyone, welcome to the next video in this little series, long series, from Small Victories by Johanna Basford. Now we have just one singular floral today in our circle. Here we go. I was just taking a few photos and getting prepped up for this video, thinking I'm going to do a pink flower today. We have pink up here, we have yellow, we have red, purple. I think we're actually going to do it orange. I think we have enough pink. That pink one is so pretty. I really like it. I don't normally like pink. Anyway, we are going to do orange. Talk about changing my mind. This is the dark cadmium orange from our Polychromos set, and that's where I'm going to start. I'm just going to sharpen it. Sorry for the squeaky sharpener noise. There we go. Now we have a tiny set of petals here on top of our larger set. I think I'm just going to start this tiny set. I'm actually going to do quite a defined line all the way around the edge of this centre circular part to start with, and I'm just going to go over that a few times so that it's quite dark. Now you notice I haven't gone all the way to the edge of the petals. I'm just going to do that now. I'm not necessarily worrying about pressing quite so hard or doing quite so many layers to the tip. I just want a little bit of colour on there. I may decide to darken that even more later, but we're just going to work on the outer ones, and again a really intense line of colour where the two sets of petals meet. I hope everyone's well today. It's a sunny morning here. Not going to be that hot though, which is good. I think there's some cloud around as well. I'm thinking about whether I'm going out, and if so when. My son was offered a driving lesson which he turned down, so I'd made him a lunchbox because he said it was going to be a lunchtime lesson and decided it was too awkward a time. So he's asked his instructor to send him a different lesson, which hasn't happened yet. I'm getting a little bit frustrated with him. He cancels quite a few lessons. I think he isn't that keen. I don't think he likes driving that much. He's really only learning to get a licence so that he can put it on his CV, and I think that isn't very motivating for him. And so I think that's part of the problem, really. And so let's just send me a message. I'm just going to look at it. Hold on. Right. He was just telling me it was nothing about his driving lessons. It was about the work he's doing today. I'm just thinking at this. I'd like this to be darker. And I'm just trying to decide whether to go for like a sanguine, a terracotta, a brown ochre. I'm not sure that's going to be dark enough for what my brain is wanting. I'm going to use a burnt sienna. I really want a bit of shadow in under here, so where the two sets of petals meet, I'm going to sharpen it. Oh, I got to reply to his message again. Right, let's get on with this burnt sienna. I really want to do this colouring. He keeps disturbing me. So what I'm wanting is it to look a bit shadowy underneath this little set of petals, just as if they're a little bit higher up. I think that's working. Yeah, my son, I suggested to him that he does his Excel exam when he goes back to uni. He's not very keen, but it'll be something else for his CV. It's a sort of level 1 Microsoft exam thing. And I think he needs extra things on his CV because he hasn't managed to get a work placement. This is Naples Yellow, and he's never done any work in an office. He's got his YouTube channel and things, which some people, I'm going to go dark around the edge here. In fact, I'm going to go over it all quite dark. Some people feel that the YouTube-y thing is good and other people don't, so this is the light yellow ochre. I think I'm going to put a bit of darker colour around the edge of this central bit. Yeah, I think he needs a little, to show that he's been doing something over the summer, you know. I know he wants to just, he's admitted it to me. He wants to just be a YouTuber. I mean, who doesn't? Permanent green olive. But he knows that his channel has got, I need to sharpen that. His channel's got 550 subs, you know. So, hang on, he sent me another message, goodness. Right, back to our green. So the green is going to be darkest down here. Now I realise these leaves do have a little dotty line drawn on them, but I'm actually going to ignore it. It may show anyway. I'm really trying to layer up at the bottom. Now what I'm going to try and remember to do is not to use the same colour on the tip of the leaf that I always do when I'm using permanent green olive. I always like to use an earth green yellowish or a May green. I like, olivey colour greens together with the orange, but today I need to use something different. Wow. I feel like I should do something a bit different, try a different colour combination, step slightly out of my comfort zone. Not massively, is it? But just try something different. It might look really good. Oh, excuse me, it might not. We'll find out. Oh, why is it so hard to get men to do anything? It's like, oh, should I message this person? Should I talk to this? Just message 2 or 3 people. And then, oh, but they might be on holiday. It's like, yes, they might be, but they might not be. So I'm going to try the light green. To be honest, sometimes I think they're just procrastinating. Yeah, that works really well. I'm really pleased with that. I usually use a May green, as I said, but this is nice. I like it. Oh well. I'm trying to make some arrangements for Saturday as well, and it's turning out to be complicated. Saturday, my mum's having a get together at her house for our cousin who's coming over from America and her son and his family, and it sounds lovely. The plan was that I would go over early on the train. I am trying to think of a background colour. I'm going to use, is it going to be a bit too close? We used a similar colour there. I know what I'm going to do. I'm going to use the Venetian red. So the plan was, you can't see that, I'm going to sharpen a bit, for me to go over on the train early to help prep the food and get everything ready, and then husband to bring sons over a bit later because he likes to do the farmer's market. I said, oh, you know, he can do the farmer's market, then bring them all over a bit later. Unfortunately, he's now got a hospital appointment on Saturday morning at 10 o'clock, which means we can't do the farmer's market at all, because it's not, the hospital appointment is in our town, we've got to drive there. He wants me with him, which is fair enough. So he hates appointments in the sense of getting there on time. What if he checks in and then needs to go to the loo? What's he going to do? Someone's got to be there in case he gets called, to explain and to let him know, and all that business going on. I mean, I can't go in with him. It's a sort of, he's having a sort of scan thing. I don't really know. But I can't go in. I can sit in the waiting room. So I think he just needs the support of someone there, and that's understandable. But it just puts a big spanner in the works. This is beige red. You can see that if you read it carefully. Beige red. Light flesh. But it means that I'm in the wrong place. I can't help. We don't know how long the appointment's going to be for, all that sort of thing. But it'll be fine. It's just trying to organise everything and everybody. Right, here is the burnt umber, and also organising my children, because they don't. I'm going to put some little dots. They don't want to be at the appointment and sit around in the waiting area. They don't. They want to. One of my sons is like, I'll just go over on the train. But he doesn't want to do it on his own. He wants to be with his brother, who says, oh, it'll just be easier to come to the appointment. So it's all getting a bit overly complicated, really. But anyway, we will sort it out. But there is today's flower done. Tomorrow's are really cute, so that'll be fun. But thank you for watching today. Hope you have a really super duper day, and happy colouring.